for both sides here.
Not straight up. Hell no. If I'm the Houston Texans, y'all not finna just give me Kyler Murray for no Deshaun Watson straight up. Y'all better add some changes, add some pieces to that. Couple of another first-round pick and maybe a player. I guess the Texans are taking that show on the road, Skip. I guess they're moving it to the Southwest, going to Arizona. But here's the thing. Deshaun Watson will be able to function in any system. I'm not so sure Kyler Murray. You got to build a system specifically for his skill set. Deshaun Watson, you plug and play. Take him, put him in the West Coast, put him in Cliff Kingsbury's system, put him in wherever you want, Skip. He ready to go. So for me, if you want to do this deal, Skip, I'm still going to need a couple of first-round draft picks, even though you're giving me a quarterback to replace the quarterback that I'm losing. So I can see, but it just appears to me, Skip, just for this, yes, that's a viable trade. But I'm not so sure anybody has the ammunition that the Jets do. The Jets and the Dolphins have the ammunition. So the question is, what else would the Cardinals have to give in order to get Deshaun Watson? We know there's it would need to be a quarterback switch. Are we going to need to include another first-rounder? Maybe another 2 first-rounders?
Yep.
Because Jared Goff went for 2 first-rounders and the quarterback. How the hell you think you get Deshaun Watson straight up? Deshaun Watson better than Matthew Stafford. I don't care what anybody says.
He is.
I don't care about the arm angles. I don't care how many he throw. He throw for 100,000 yards.
Agreed.
Matthew Stafford's not better than Deshaun Watson.
Agreed.
So if he goes for 2 first-rounders in exchange of the quarterback, hell, Deshaun Watson got to get at least that.
Okay, let me start by saying the John McClane, who has covered the Houston Texans and Oilers for years and years, is as great as the John McClane in one of my favorite movies, Die Hard. So they're equal to me. And that's for me, that's saying a lot, because I love me some Die Hard.
Yes.
Love Die Hard 3, Die Hard 4, not so much Die Hard 2.
You like the first one?
No, the first one was a great one.
Yeah.
That was a great one. Not 2.
Okay.
The one at Dulles, no good.
Okay.
But anyway, the point is that when John McClane in Houston speaks, I listen.
Yes.
So he came up with this concept, and I'm sure the Texans are now at least listening to a guy who is better at running the Texans than anybody who works for the Texans is. So I love the concept, but I am with you times 5 on what you're talking about, because, yes, the Texans would get an exciting quarterback back.
Yes.
One who is reasonably proven. We've seen enough. I think you came around on him and said, okay, he's viable. He can work in this league. But he's, whatever he is, he's barely over 5'10", so it's always going to be a little bit of a drawback.
Right.
He's going to have to overcome his lack of size the rest of his career. Because Tom Brady was always 6 feet 4 inches tall from the start.
Exactly.
Okay, so to me, Houston would deserve extraordinary more back with Kyler Murray. I would ask for 3 number 1s plus Kyler. At least you'd have Kyler to start over with.
Right.
But he's just not Deshaun. And he's never going to quite be Deshaun. At his best, I don't think he'll be at Deshaun's best.
Okay.
So if I'm Arizona and I had the opportunity to swap quarterbacks to upgrade to Deshaun, and they wanted 3 number 1s, I would think hard about it.
What about this? What about this? What about Kyler, 2 number 1s, and Buda Baker?
Ooh, that's a lot, too. Yeah, I'd do that. Because he's worth a number 1 to me, because he's playing like a number 1. I mean, he is a number 1.
Right. Because you need some defensive help. That defense was trash last year.
That's fine. But you need a lot more than just Kyler, because just to say, we'll take Kyler because we don't have anything else, that will not work. But I do think there's something here that would work for Houston.
Right.
Because I'll do this. If it's the Jets saying you can have Sam Darnold, I'm taking Kyler over Sam Darnold any day.
But the one thing the Jets do have, Arizona, they got boatloads of picks.
Boatloads.
They got their picks. They got their pick. They got Seattle pick this year and next year. So that's 4 first-rounders, Skip, in the next 2 years.
Yep.
Plus Sam Darnold. Now, is Sam Darnold better than Kyler Murray? Hell no. But if I can get Sam Darnold, what if they say, well, we'll give you Kyler and 2 number 1s, and the Jets says we'll give you Sam Darnold and 3 number 1s. Well, I'm taking Sam Darnold and 3 number 1s.
Okay. All right. But still, it's intriguing to get Kyler Murray because, man.
Oh, he's back home. Now, I don't know how close, well, he's not close to Houston, but he's a Texas kid.
He's from the Dallas-Fort Worth area,
Right.
Allen, you know, so.
Skip, they might force Kyle to go back and pick up a baseball bat.
He started at Texas A&M, which is about 80 miles from Houston, but whatever, it didn't work out at Texas.
Skip, he might pick up, he's like, hold on, I ain't signed up for the Houston Texans. I might have to go pick up my baseball bat.
That would be the ultimate problem that you would have to figure out, that he would be all in for you with the Texans. And by the way, he was spotted the other night at a Phoenix Suns game wearing an A's hat.
Mm-hmm.
And what was the message? Like, am I still thinking about it?
If y'all trade me, if y'all think about trading me, I'm thinking more about it.
Maybe that's why he wore the hat, because he said from the start, baseball is my first love.
Right.
But football was what he played better. You know, he's pretty good, though. He was the 8th overall pick by Billy Beane in the Oakland A's.
Yeah, Skip, but when you look at a Mookie Betts guy, and you look at some of these $300 million contract, this $400 million contract that Mike Trout, it's hard to. I mean, you see, the Padres got 2 guys making $300 million on their roster.
Okay. But would that ultimately make you as happy as it would playing football?
Because you're at bare minimum 6 years away from that kind of money. Unless Tatis, he got it with 4 years before he even got the arbitration. Okay, that's a very. Is he Fernando Tatis Jr., Skip? I don't know if he's that.
I'm not sure I saw that. I saw him play some at Oklahoma, University of Oklahoma, and he's pretty good.
So at bare minimum, Skip, he's 2 years away from hitting pay dirt in the NFL, where he would probably be another 3-4 years away. Because you're going to spend I don't know if, I mean, I think Griffith say he spent like maybe half a year in single A, and they called him up to the majors as a 19-year-old.
Right.
I don't know if he's as talented as Griffith to get called up that quick.
Then he would face the issue of having been away from baseball for going on 3 years.
Yeah.
Tough, man.
Yeah. So, Skip, it sounds like a good deal. I mean, you get an exciting quarterback. But I'm not taking it straight up. So if you think about giving me Kyler Murray straight up for Deshaun Watson, just hang the phone up and don't call me back until you have something more reasonable.
This has potential to work for both teams.
Right.
I do.
I mean, you good with that? I mean, I know you like Kyler and Cliff Kingsbury's system in Arizona, but you like Deshaun?
With it. I'd take Deshaun over Kyler any day, any night. I just would.
I think most GMs would take Deshaun over Kyler.
But I'm on record as saying I'd take him over Dak any day or any night.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. I mean, Skip, there's not a whole lot of quarterbacks going over Deshaun. My homeboy, Rodgers, maybe Brady, but I'm not so sure you're taking anybody else over him.
And the harder I look at Deshaun's season last year for that sorry Houston team.
Terrible.
But it was great.
Yeah, Bill O'Brien did him a terrible job. The organization's done him a terrible job of protecting him. So, I mean, even when they come up with all these scenarios, and John McClain does, as you mentioned, I remember him covering the old Houston Oilers, Earl Campbell and Bum Phillips, rest his soul. But I just don't know if anybody outside of the Jets have the ammo. The Dolphins have it. But there are only really 2 teams that have everything, Skip. It's like going to buy a house. I don't have to move everything. The cabinetry, the woodworking. I like the mahogany. I like the kitchen. They got Wolf appliances. Everything is in order. I can just move in.
I got it. But the most viable option at quarterback to replace Deshaun would be Kyler.
Yeah.
Okay.
But Skip,
bingo.
Skip, are you willing to give up the 21, 22, and 23?
For Deshaun, you just can't find Deshaun.
Because you got D-Hop under contract for what, 3 more years? So you're hoping that you're successful and those picks are going to be in the low 20s, maybe even 30s if you can get to the Super Bowl. So you don't even care.
You would be successful.
Exactly. And what pick do you think they're going to be able to draft that's going to be Deshaun? So that's how you got to look at it.
Can't find them.
Yeah. So I would do it also. I just don't know if Arizona has the ammo to do it.
I'm honestly surprised to hear that you would be okay parting ways with Kyler, Skip. Okay, all right, good to know.
Man,
good to know.
It's not like he's going away.
I know, but I'm just surprised.
He's desperate. He wanted them to